Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Parsha Lech Lecha, Struggling, Smiling, B'Simcha. Rashi starts off, first commentary in Parsha Lech Lecha, Lech Lecha mi'artzecha me'ad beit avich elav tishareka. Hashem says, Avram, Lech Lecha, go from your hometown to Canaan. Rashi says, Lech Lecha, go for you, Lahanatcha lo tovatcha, for your pleasure and for your good. Nice bracha Hashem gives Avraham, that you should know. There's not like any other religion where somehow the feeling may be that you going ahead and you're bringing korbanot, you're sacrificing personally, financially, and you're somehow benefiting the God or the gods up above. No, not true. This is for your good and for your hana'ah, your pleasure. So that's an important point for Hashem to tell Avraham and all of Klal Yisrael, that Hashem benefits Klal Yisrael. We are not benefiting Hashem. Hashem is perfect. But there's another question on this Rashi. For your good and for your pleasure. Well, look at the Parsha Lech Lecha. He promises, go to Eretz Yisrael and everything is going to be great. You're going to have a family, children, Eretz Yisrael, Torah. He gets there, there's a famine. He needs to leave. Goes to Egypt. His wife is taken away from him. Baruch Hashem. She returns. She's returned to him. Then he goes back with Lot. Everything is fine. But not really. He has an issue with Lot where they're not getting along and they have to separate. And this is not just anyone who has to separate from this. This is Avraham Avinu who's looking to go ahead and encourage the whole world to follow monotheism. And here, he cannot even be a model citizen in terms of how to get along with his family. But he has no choice. He has to separate. Then he's told Brit Milah he's going to have a child, and it doesn't work out so quickly. And instead, Sarah realizes there's no children. Go marry Hagar. Marries Hagar. She's pregnant. Sarah's upset with Hagar for the way Hagar's treating Sarah, and she blames Avram. Avram says, fine, do what you want. And Hagar, who's carrying Avram's child, leaves the house. This does not sound like a parsha describing the two words, Lahanatcha lo tovatcha, for your pleasure and for your good. So one may answer that the next Rashi answers the question, because the next Rashi says that in Eretz Yisrael he'll have three brachot. He'll have a name, he'll have parnasa, sustenance, and he'll have children. And Hanatcha tovatcha, that's referring to specifically those three things. And yes, the rest of the parsha is not included in the promise of Hanatcha tovatcha, your pleasure and your good. Only those three things. And it's not only, those are three very big things. It's one possibility. I'm wondering about the following possibility. What does the word tov mean? If tov just means a pleasure ride, everything is easy, halak, smooth, then you're right. The Parsha Lech Lecha has nothing to do with tovatcha, you're good. But if tov means something which is objectively good, meaning there's going to be spiritual growth for Avraham Avinu in Eretz Yisrael and his travelings, both in Canaan and outside of Canaan, and you will have a life of constant struggle, but growth, always growth. Because when you work through your struggles, that's the ultimate growth. So then, this is the ultimate tov, the ultimate good. You're going to struggle with Shalom Bayit and Sarah. You're going to struggle with the concept of bringing in a foreign woman into your home. Then you have to struggle with how to deal with the two of them. You have to struggle with your nephew Lo. Do you go ahead and just keep quiet and let him stay with you so it doesn't cause a bad reputation for you? Or do you have to separate because he's not acting properly and you cannot be with him? And when you separate, how do you separate? Do you just throw him out? Do you say, listen, I'll be there for you, but we just can't be together anymore? How do you deal with Paro when he takes your wife? All these challenges for Avram, where he's forced to deal again and again with crisis, that is tov, that is good. And therefore, we can fully understand Rashi when he says, L'tovatcha, this is for your good. Every step of the way, every challenge that Avram had made him a richer person, a more genuine person who had to have introspection and think deeply about life, about issues, and about challenges. And that's the ultimate tov. That's where the growth is, and that's where the closest to Hashem is. Yetz Hashem, next year we'll analyze what about the word hana'ah, pleasure. So it was good for Avraham, we understand. But what about hana'ah? Yetz Hashem, next year we'll discuss that. Shalom.